Papua New Guinea is rated amongst the top 10 most vulnerable countries in the world to climate change. So, um, building on from what Marilyn was saying, what can young people do to prepare themselves for the next, for the future, given that we have this climate change at our doorstep or already here with us?
So many communities within Papua New Guinea have already experienced it. Not just in the past, I tried telling my grandfather about it, and he kept saying that, "Oh, that's a coastal thing." But what he didn't realize was that back at home in the islands, like in the past, we didn't have malaria, not just new diseases, new things that are happening. Food cannot grow in places where it used to grow. There's new species of plants that are being grown in places where it didn't. Before, no got banana grow long. My grandfather's village, now there's bananas growing there. Things like that. And as young people, we're aware of these changes, and we could hear it. All Tumana, all Bobo, they tell us. In the past, we didn't have this. Now we have this. And that is like evident that climate change is occurring. Climate change is real. It's happening in PNG. We've got villages in Manus where people have to get their stuff and come out because the waves crashed in. All those realities. And I guess what young people need is the training. Not everybody is meant to go into university, but there are people down there. Online Staff Tumblr, we train them, give them the knowledge, whatever little knowledge that they need in order to do the work. Because I see that young people, we make up the bulk of the population right now. However, we're being treated like a marginalized group. We're being treated like we're so small. But the energy is with us. The energy is with us. Vision, knowledge, all of it are with the older generation. If we work together, the older people give us the vision, give us the know-how. We will gladly just go ahead and do it. And I was trying to say something and it slipped my mind. With There's an interesting point about Papua New Guinea having 5 to 8% of the world's biodiversity. Yeah, we could actually expand on that. Use that as our opportunity to fight climate change. And last year, when I attempted the nationwide tree planting campaign, which resulted in just 12 provinces taking part, but it was a good start. It, it made me realize that young people actually want to make a difference.
Right.
And we didn't have much support from the government or anything. It was last minute. But the way the young people came together, that sort of gave me that idea, and it sort of inspired me as well. And I knew that, young people were willing to work if we're given that opportunity to actually work. We don't need big positions. We just need that opportunity to be able to work and make a difference. You tell a young person, did you do this? And then they say, yeah, and it wears on them like pride. They wear it like a badge to say that I made a difference in the community. That's what I have to say.
I just want to add to the issue of climate change because it's a far-ranging impacts, not only on the human population, no, I speak about, but also on the environment itself in which they live. One of the things that some of us are conducting assessments of whatever impacts, and we are realizing that our people, although they are resilient, their capacity to become resilient when a big disaster arises is very limited. Like because of the population is increasing, the resource that is available at them at the time when their population was low is readily available. But now it's difficult. So one of the things that needs to be done is to look at how communities address the issue of being resilient in the face of such calamities. And we can easily look at them, we can trace them back to history. The question that we need to look at is how did they manage to survive this disaster? Because if we are going to rely on foreign aid or intervention from somebody else, infrastructure is not there. So it may take time. By the time it arrives, everybody's dead. So we need to look at how our people traditionally became resilient such calamities. For instance, food security. We are now importing rice, we are importing African yams and whatever, just to prepare ourselves for disaster in terms of increasing temperature, sea level rise. Uh, but within our own communities, they have certain crops like bananas or cassava that are resilient to the effect of increasing temperature and not enough water. So we need to look at it, document it, so that we don't just get from other people, because the environment in which other people develop their own database is totally different from ours. So we need to work on this sort of thing quickly.